Hi guys, I'm the Lag Doctor Clay Ballard, and today we're going to do a swing review on Hedeki Matsuyama. We're going to talk about the pause at the top of his swing, which he's a little bit famous for. We're going to talk about the proper weight shift to the left, and we're also going to key in on the forearms in the golf swing and talk about how, in particular, the right forearm should release perfectly in the downswing. Now, for those of you joining me on YouTube, be sure to stick around to the end of this video. I have a great bonus for you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so today I'm using the swing viewer on the Rotary Swing website where you can upload your swings and analyze your videos here. So I've uploaded Hideki's swing. Now first let's talk about the pause at the top of his swing. And really you'll notice when we slow this down, it's not actually a pause, but he is slowing down to where he's barely moving as he's ending the backswing and starting the downswing. So the key to this is your body really never likes to stay still. And you can imagine this when we're talking about in relationship to getting maximum power. It doesn't want to stay still. It wants to stretch these muscles out, and then they can fire once they're stretched. That's the way that you're going to do most motions when you're trying to get power, when you're trying to get speed. Imagine if you were going to jump up to get a rebound in basketball. You wouldn't squat down and then stay there for a long period of time, then jump up to get the rebound. What you would do is you would squat down immediately as those muscles got stretched out. You would jump back up. Same thing if you watch Olympic sprinters when they're on the starting blocks. Well, they'll be sitting there kind of with their rear end kind of up in the air, and as soon as the gun fires, is about to fire, they'll kind of squat down, stretch those muscles, and explode off the starting blocks. And that's how your muscles work. They like to be stretched before they're fired, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about here. So even though he pauses at the top of his swing, he doesn't start the entire swing down together. That's not something that you'd want to do. So what you'll notice is that his hips start to go to the left and then open a little bit so that he's keeping some separation between his shoulders, as these shoulders kind of feel like they're going to feel like they're staying back, and that's creating separation. So even though he's pausing, and you can see that there, watch his hips this time, watch how much they're opening, and then watch how those shoulders are staying back. So now that's stretching out all these muscles in his left side, so that even though he's pausing, as he starts down, he's stretching those muscles, and that's going to allow him to get some power as he starts down. Whereas if you just went to the top of your swing and paused and didn't stretch any muscles as you start down, you wouldn't have any power. So that's kind of the first key, is that getting these hips back to square to the ball while keeping these shoulders back, and that's the position you're going to see him in here. Now let's take another look at this. One thing you'll notice with his swing is that he has a quite wide stance. So for him, with this great big wide stance, we know that if you want to get to the ball and be able to hit down and through this golf ball every time, you're going to have to get all your weight to your left. Your left shoulder, your left hip, your left ankle is going to have to be stacked up on this line. So for him, the first move down is to really shift his entire body to the left because of this wide stance. With a wide stance, to load up properly as he has here, he's going to have to shift to the right quite a bit. So you can see that he's got quite a bit of separation away from this line, which is the reason that we recommend a little bit narrower stance with the rotary swing. So in the backswing with a little bit narrower stance, he won't have to shift so far to the right to get fully loaded, and then he won't have so far to move back to the left. So it's a small thing here. It's not ideal, but he has the correct compensation for that so that he can hit the ball well. So here he's loaded up quite a bit to the right, and as soon as he starts down, he gets a big shift back to the left, so that now at impact, there we go, the left ankle, left hip, and left shoulder are all on this line. And that's really, really crucial for being able to hit the ball consistently and to make ball first contact, is getting that entire left side of your body on that line so that you can hit down and through that golf ball. Now lastly, I want to go ahead and talk about the forearms and the release and how these are going to work properly to release the golf club. We talked a lot about the hands. Well, let's go ahead and key in on the forearms and the motions and what you're going to feel with the forearms to properly release the club as he's doing here. Okay, so here's a close-up of the hands and arms in the swing. I'm going to go ahead and start in the downswing here. And I want you to notice as his hands are about almost in front of his right thigh, notice the inside of his right forearm. So the inside of his right forearm which would be kind of where the buckle of your watch is if it's on your right hand, that's facing the camera. That's facing toward us. And then that's going to rotate. So there's a bone on the outside of your forearm right here. I believe that's the head of your radius, and this is your ulna. Those bones are going to roll over each other as you're going to release the club. So you can see as he starts on down, now they're rotating. Look, it's already square to the camera. And then as he hits this ball and comes on through, now those bones have rotated over each other, and now the inside of his right hand and his right forearm is facing behind his body. Now, one other thing I want to key in on here is notice how even at impact, the angle between his right forearm and the club is still leaning forward, and that's what we're talking about with forward shaft lean. So if we look at the angle between this forearm here, oops, let me grab a little bit of a straighter tool. That didn't look too good. So if we look at the angle of this right forearm here in relationship to that club, you can see that there's still quite a bit of forward shaft lean and impact. So most of you that are trying to get power, what's happening is you're firing these muscles that are in the inside of your forearm here that are called your flexors, and you're firing those, and that's pushing that club and flipping that club this way so that you're scooping through impact. So that's one key for you here. This rotation of the forearms, like we talked about just a second ago, watch the rotation of these forearms, that's going to help square up that face and release that club. I don't need to fire these forearm muscles here, as I was talking about, the forearm flexors. I don't need to fire those to help square up the face and to get some speed. That speed's going to happen through the release of lag in the swing, and it's going to help you to generate effortless speed to where you don't have to flip with the hands. So work on that just with your right arm. Go ahead and grab a club with just your right arm only, and work on making contact and still having that forward shaft lean like we see here. That's really going to help you to hit down and through, and again make ball first contact pretty much every time. Now, the last little piece I want to comment on here, since I'm the lag doctor, I know a lot of you are going to be asking about lag. Does Hideki have very good lag? Actually, his lag is pretty nice. He has a pretty good amount of lag. The reason it looks like he has less lag and he's losing lag in front of his right leg, and this may be something a lot of you are doing, is his ball position is very far back. So we can see here his hands are almost up to the ball, the back of the ball, and he still has a nice angle of lag here. So if his ball was up where the normal position inside the right foot, because this should be the bottom of your swing arc if you're swinging with correct fundamentals, well, his hands would be way up here in front of his leg as he's in this position. So he actually has pretty good amount of lag in relationship to the ball. It's just not how we would normally test it. So his ball position's too far back, and he's having to release a little bit early. So you can see now, even as he comes down, he's got that good lag angle in relationship to the ball, but he's having to release a little bit earlier than what we would normally talk about with the rotary swing, because his ball position is a little farther back than usual. So be sure to check your ball position when you're working on lag in your swing, and remember that really lag is your hands and arms in relationship to the ball and not necessarily your body, but that's usually the way that we measure it, because that's the easiest way to see on camera. So go ahead and check your ball position, make sure it's a little farther forward. We like off the logo of your shirt, which would be about, we can't see his shirt, or his left ear at address. That would be that ball position there. That way we make sure that when you shift to the left, you'll be coming down and through. The bottom of your divot will be up here by your front foot, and you'll be able to make that ball first contact and still have great lag without having to release a little bit early as he's doing here. So again, not a big deal. He has a correct compensation, but that's just something to be aware of when you're watching your lag and working on it. If your ball position's too far back, you're going to have a tough time getting that lag where your club is 90 degrees in front of your left leg. So for those of you that are joining us on YouTube, I have a bonus for you guys. Be sure, if you like this video, click the like button below, comment, I'll answer your questions for you, and I'm going to attach the first piece of a premium video for you guys, which is the weight shift to the left video. It's a great video. It's actually called Start Your Downswing Before the Backswing, so before completing the backswing. And it's a great video to help you get your weight shifting to the left early enough, just as we saw Hideki do here, to make sure that you're going to get ball first contact every time. So that video is going to start playing now. If you want to watch that entire video, click the link that pops up in the bottom right hand side of your screen. That's going to allow you to sign up for your free Rotary Swing membership. You'll be able to watch that entire video when you're signing up for the first time as a free member. Plus, you're going to get about 4 hours of bonus instruction and constant updates on new reviews, new techniques, new tips that we have out for you guys. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys much more in the future. Good luck with your golf game, and I'll see you soon.
Do you often feel like your swing just doesn't have the right sequence, like the timing's not there, you don't have any leverage or power? Well, it could be related to your weight shift and starting your weight shift correctly in the downswing. In this video, I'm going to show you the proper weight shift. I'm also going to give you a great drill that helped me to increase my club head speed from 113 miles an hour to 127 miles an hour in just 10 minutes. If you want to find out how to increase your tempo, timing, and club head speed, you'll want to check out this video. Now, weight shift to the left in the downswing is one of the crucial pieces of the golf swing. If you get this right, everything just seems to fall into place. It seems very easy to have a fluid swing. If you get this incorrectly, the swing is herky-jerky and you feel like you lose a lot of power, as I mentioned just a second ago. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions with the weight shift is that in the backswing, our weight shifts to the right. And in the downswing, our weight shifts to the left. It's very cut and dry. Well, in reality, that's not exactly how it happens. There's a little bit of intermediate area there where the weight is actually shifting to the left while your backswing is still swinging to the right. Now, here's what I mean by this. If you watch